No, it goes back to the modern day between the mobs all goes down to, I think Rangers played Chelsea in a friendly for Bradford Disaster Fund back in the 80s. But if you look even back, Rangers provided the opposition for Chopper Harris's testimonial. I think that was a way back in the 70s. So there's been a connection there.
Yeah.
But between mob and mob, I think the actual really connection between like the headhunters and the ICF came for that Bradford disaster game. And that was back in the mid-80s. Mid-80s that would be. And it just seemed to have grew from then. Chelsea lads would come up. And Rangers fans, I think, have always been quite interested in Chelsea even before that. As you say, it might be to do with the blue top, or it might be, I think most Chelsea fans share the same sort of ideals as Rangers fans, like Britishness and behind the services. See, to be fair, I was maybe a wee bit too young to go down, but I remember we played we played a friendly down at White Hart Lane as well in 1986. And I think against Spurs, Graham Souness hadn't long come into the club. We'd just signed Terry Butcher and that. And I think a lot of Chelsea lads joined up with Rangers down there as well. And that just sort of cemented it. But I'm very pally with a lot of the boys down there. Some are sadly no here, like Big Pat Dolan, who's a good friend, God rest him. The twins and that down there, and we've got a lot of the youth, like Ben, Liam and all that. They're very good boys. Very, share the same philosophy, and they're good lads.
So you've always been welcomed at Chelsea then? Yeah,
I've never had a problem down there and up here. I've been away with Chelsea as well, Barcelona, and I've been away. There's some boys that are season ticket holders and that down there. I would say I'm more concentrating Glasgow Rangers, and plus I used to do a lot of coaching that, so my time was kind of quite limited. But there's boys that will go down to all over Millwall. I mean, Millwall's got a big support amongst the West Ham, Man City. I mean, the Rangers fans go, and there's like Anglo-Scots down there all over England that's passing on the love for Rangers is maybe their second club or whatever. And obviously because I think Rangers, because we're so we call Rangers the quintessential British club up here. Now that doesn't mean to say that we are and always will be a Protestant club, but with signed Catholics, to me now it's made a national identity. You're British, or Scottish and British. Some people are British and not Scottish. Some are Scottish and British.
I was right in the middle of it because I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, right.
Some gingerhead bloke with a bad case of acne jumping in front of me, bouncing. Come on then. I looked around, people were just scrapping all around me, and I had this £1 umbrella from Pound Stretcher. So I went to whack him, and I got picked up by the scruff of my neck. And I thought it was another fan trying to have a go. So it turned out it was a copper, and I thought, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then those coppers were big. They had to be a certain height. And
Right.
And this one was a big lump. He just picked me up, and my leg was just going like that in the air, because I was about 8 stone or 9 stone. You know what I mean? So he just picked me up like a rag doll. And I thought,
they had to be 6 foot in those days, didn't they?
Yeah. Over 6 foot, yeah.
All right. Did you get arrested?
Look, even taller. Yeah, I got arrested. I got thrown in the meat wagon. First time being arrested is when I thought, oh, no, I've had it now.
As an Asian casual, do you think you paved the way for other Asians to join football?
No, when I first started in '83, there was about 3 Asian lads already doing it. They're a little bit older than me. 2 brothers and a 2 Sikh lads and a Pakistani lad. They were like a couple of years older. They're like in there. There was one was 6 or 7 years older, the other one was 4, and the other 2 4 or 5 years old. So they was already doing it. So I didn't really pave the way for anything. I don't know, I suppose with the Asians, they were very sort of kept to their own areas. They didn't really mix in. Mm-hmm. But we used to hang around town a lot after that. We started joining the football firm, the baby squad, started joining that. We started hanging around town a lot, which gave, and we can go into places where we couldn't go into before, like, pubs and clubs we couldn't go in before. And I suppose in a way it's kind of made people a bit more susceptible to Asians because, like I said, in those days we just had Asian gangs. They used to stick together and they used to dress a certain way. And me and my brother, I suppose because we were a little bit younger than these guys, I think might have not paved the way, but maybe encouraged other Asians to, join in. Oh, there was other Asians with in the YTS. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. What about 5, 6, 7 Asians? I think in our little crew in the YTS. But there were Asians already doing that. A couple of lads from Bristol that were brothers, they were Asian. There were other lads that came a little bit afterwards. But yeah, there was a good 20 of us, 25 Asian lads. And I don't think it was down to me, just because they liked the way everybody dressed and they wanted to get stuck in and be part of something, because it was all about belonging.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never been involved in it, you wouldn't know about the camaraderie, about people that can watch your back, and you can trust people. That's part of it. It's not, it's being mates and going to football and supporting your team, and if it come on top, whatever. But it's all changed now. I mean, back in the day, you could have a punch up, and if you weren't grabbed on the spot, that was the end of it. But nowadays, with CCTV and whatever, you can't do nothing. I mean, they don't arrest anyone anymore. They wait to 4 weeks afterwards and kick your door in at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean,
it's all changed. I mean, I remember going to Oxford once and playing up, and big Sergeant Gold, and he punched me in the ribs and told me to fuck off. And what are you going to do? What are you going to claim police brutality or whatever? You just
of course you don't.
And it's changed now. But like I say, all the lads they'd been there. I mean, Ginger, he was only a little bloke, probably about 5'7", always wore a trilby hat and a suit jacket, but he was fearless. He was a nutter. And I remember we were playing Swansea in the cup in about probably 1970, and Swansea got in early and went at the back of the Fratton end, which is our end, and all the kids are right down by the corner flag, don't know what to do, and then someone shouts, "Ginger's coming." So in comes Ginger, takes his glasses off, puts them in his top pocket, and just runs straight into them. And all the others just followed and run them off the end, and in fact run them all the way around the ground to the away end, to the open end. So, but that was what Ginger was like. He was fearless, absolutely fearless.
First time I got in England when Scots used to go to Wembley.
Yeah.
And he used to cover it. And then England, I think 83-ish, England had fight like West Ham turned out, Chelsea turned out. We'd come down from Sheffield. There were only like 4 of us in a car, and we met some other players down there. That it was the day that England fought like, and West Ham turned a massive turn like Chelsea did. A few other northern teams did. And although jocks were all over Wembley, they chased them down Wembley where England fought back. And then year after went to Hampden, 3,000 hooligans. England 3,000 fans, and we went up 50, 59. So I weren't involved at following England at the time, but what put me off, you'll start fucking club rivalries and all that lot. And I remember at World Cup, we went to France, we were in Lille, and then Already started fighting with Derby. Leeds had it with his weren't you? And I'm like watching all these firms because there were 3,000 square in Lille, and I just thought to myself, you know, something. I mean, where much we hate each other. We saw some
We're supposed to be together. Yeah.
To me, England, you know what it were? They were all fucking sniffed up, pissed up. Nobody else to fight. We saw fucking Forest 8 Derby. They're over there fought. So they all start fighting each other. Oh, Bill comes start mashing everybody out, tear gas. And I just thought she said, you know something. I weren't that big on England, so I've binned it because I just think that club rivalries should be forgot just for one day.
No, I absolutely agree with you, Steve. You should be there, united together, ready to take on.
If you can't bin it, what's the point?
Yeah, you don't go over there to fight each other, do you? No, I think you're absolutely right,
yes.
Steve.
So it's club over country for me all day long.
Club over country.
Like Chelsea come to us in '84. They were hell on that day. They brought a massive firm, and they were all dressed in the latest gear. They look great at Chelsea. You know, they looked a proper dressed up mob. and they were hell on all day. No, Newcastle, 84. Yeah, they brought about 15,000 fans that day. And, you know, they had all the barmies, and they had a firm at the time called the NME, Newcastle's Mainland Express. And they were hell on that day. You know, the coming terrace, it kicking off. They invaded the pitch at the end of the game, smashed all seats up. But around them, our old ground, the Leeds Road ground, you had Newcastle coming in, you had Leeds coming in the terrace, Chelsea, Pompey. They were just mental days then, absolutely mental. Well, we had a few different firms and that, but his main firm, the H.Y.C, Huddersfield Young Casuals, that come about in the mid-80s, late 80s, yeah, the H.Y.C. But you had other little firms as well, you know, like going in minibuses or a coach. They didn't have a name. For a big game or anything like that, we all, you know, come together. But like I said, I preferred it when there were about 15, 20 of us, you know, lads you could trust.
Right.
And we went everywhere. And, you know, we got some good results, and we got a couple of good hidings as well.
Yeah, everyone comes unstuck, don't they? I mean, there are some books out there that say that they ran everybody. But that's not true, is it, Jasper?
Full of shit, Matty, full of shit.
Yeah.
I've got to say, places where we come up unstuck were like Grimsby, Bury, 1 year, Scunthorpe, Telford. Like, all the towns seemed to come out for you. You know, not just their firms. They were all the nutters, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the Bury one, we weren't just fighting their firm. It was like the local rugby team as well, you know, all big stocky bastards and that.
Everybody would get involved.
Yeah,